If you like base jumping stories, today we've got something a bit special. This mysterious base jumper from the -4 team released a fresh video of him doing a bridge jump from a moving train. This unique and risky jump was recorded from 3 different angles, clearing the railings by less than half a metre. I love trains. Alright, it's the last show of 2020 and it's packed with good stuff. Stay right there. I'm Regan Tetlow and this is Airsports News. As always, we would like to start with upcoming air sports events. This first one in January will take place in Australia, and this is good news for sailplane fans. Waikiri Gliding Club is pleased to host the 2021 South Australia State Championships. It should be an ideal first competition for low-hour cross-country pilots because organisers have planned a coaching week as part of the event. So far it is planned as a one-class competition, but if there will be sufficient entries, the event will be spread to 2 classes, club and sports class. Tasks will be a combination of area assigned tasks and assigned speed tasks. Air Race E has announced that Team Bandit Racing from Great Britain have joined the series. Along with 2 other teams that are yet to be named, this brings to 15 the number of race teams planning to compete in the first Air Race E scheduled for 2022. Air Race E is a revolutionary form of air racing as we know it, with the first ever all-electric airplane race. The contest is setting the standard for future developments in electric aviation. 8 planes race wingtip to wingtip in pure exhilarating action around an oval circuit. The spectacular, quick, action-packed race will see speeds of 400 kilometers around a tight circuit, just 1.5 kilometers end to end. The first race series will go ahead in 2022. Hang glider pilots didn't have a lot of competitions this year, but Wolfgang Seys from Tyrol in Austria found a way to stay in the air and be really fast. Wolfgang used GoPro cameras to document his 8-minute descent from approximately 1,400 meters atop Monte Zancalona in northern Italy. Footage shows his speed run where he weaves in and out of the hillsides and trees. The video is so attractive that even the BBC released their own film about this amazing athlete.
We harvest the thermals the same way as the bird. You can fly hours only by the entire steering is all by weight shift, so it's all you and your body, and it's just the purest form of flight.
Also, Alexander Muhl from Switzerland showed his amazing skills in speed flying in the fresh video from Verb Air in his home country.
If you awaken from this illusion.
Alexander made his fame because of many other stunning videos showing how close to the ground he can fly. Speed flying is only for people at the top of their game and has a risk factor equaling that of wingsuit proximity flying. You can't argue though that it's absolutely amazing footage.
Here on probation, not as something that has arrived here by fluke.
Being in the sky over Hawaii is an absolutely beautiful experience, but to enjoy this beautiful scenery, of course you need an airport for takeoffs and landings. I spoke with Ben Devine from the Dillingham Airfield on Ohio Island to find out about the ongoing process with keeping the airfield open. But first, let's have a look at just how beautiful this place really is. Tell everybody who you are, Ben, and what your story is.
So my name is Ben Devine. I'm one of the organizers for the Save Dillingham Association. I'm actually the executive director of that. And we're a group of people that have bound together to try and preserve civil access at Dillingham Airfield on the North Shore of Oahu. The way I got involved in that is I am a parachute rigger, a person that packs the auxiliary parachute systems for a variety of different applications in aviation. As a result of that, I am one of the few people that kind of has had a touching point with every single business on the airfield, because everybody uses auxiliary parachutes in one form or another.
A lot of aviation going on there.
All the different kinds of aviation you can do at Dillingham. It's probably the only place in Hawaii that exists.
And is there two parachute schools side by side?
There is enough demand in Hawaii to sustain two of the busiest drop zones in the world. Yeah.
So what's going on? Why is the closure potentially lease? Is the lease up in February? Is that the problem?
So what the case is that in 2019, the Hawaii Department of Transportation signed a 5-year lease that would finish in 2024. However, in February of this year, so February of 2020, they issued notices to all the businesses on the airfield saying they are exercising a clause in the lease that allows them to terminate the lease early. And so in February, we got notices that as of June 30th of this year, we were all going to be evicted from the airfield.
In 130 people relying on this airfield, 130 people working there. Why on earth would they want to take it all away? What are their plans? What's behind it?
So the three main reasons that the DOT has cited for wanting to terminate their lease is, first of all, they cite $1 million shortfall in Dillingham's annual budget, meaning they spend $1 million on the airport a year. But that's really not a credible reason to shut the airfield. It's just like saying, the highways and streets that we use to conduct commerce, those just cost money to the state every year. Their second complaint is that they don't own the land. And so the United States Army owns the land. Third complaint that they have is an inability to get a long-term lease. So part of that joint use agreement is that they can't get a lease for greater than 20 years, which is pretty important part of doing airport improvements. So if you're wanted to, say, build a hangar, you don't want to build a hangar if you can only have 5-year guarantee on keeping that.
If you want to try skydiving, paragliding, hang gliding, or just get into the sky in Hawaii next year, you need to watch the full-length interview with Ben, which is now available on our YouTube channel. So let's talk a little bit about new products on the parachute and paragliding market, starting with some stunning desert base jump tests. Eric Kunkel and Chase Rayford, representing XL Canopies, made a huge workout of tests with the Gryphus new canopy, spending more than 96 hours out in the Arizona desert to check out this new wing and how it behaves in different base situations.
You ready for this shit?
Mm-hmm.
Me too. So straight off, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
A little further. Right here. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You good?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, let's go, baby!
Oh, shit! Yeah, buddy! 3, 2, 1, see ya! Yeah.
Also, Ozone, one of the most recognizable paragliders producers, rolled out their new Zero Wing, which is the most precise and compact mini wing that has ever been released by this company. This advanced mini wing design was more than 2 years in the making and is based on what Ozone have learned through the development of smaller sized mountain gliders and also the technological advances made in the Ozone Performance Project. The Airbus company have summarized more than 1,000 flight test hours videos in one dynamic clip about their new baby, the Airbus A350-1000. The A350-1000 The longest version from the XWB class measures nearly 74 meters from nose to tail, and it can carry up to 410 passengers on board. New video shows how different and tough tests the plane has to pass before certification, including tail strike tests, Arctic Circle cold tests, or sunken runway tests. What a spectacular triumph of engineering and technology. At the beginning of December, the Starship rocket from SpaceX completed a high-altitude flight test as it successfully ascended, transitioned propellant, and demonstrated a first-of-its-kind controlled aerodynamic descent and landing flip maneuver. Now, Elon Musk's company presents an extraordinary video showing how the flip maneuver is achieved. We all know that it's been a tough year for companies in the air sports and aviation market. Just surviving 2020 has been a real challenge. My local wind tunnel here in Montreal has been shut for most of the year, and I wanted to get a feel of just how the wind tunnels were surviving in one of the worst hit countries, the UK. I spoke with Roy Castleman from Twinwoods Adventure, home of the annual Indoor Skydiving World Challenge.
Take me back, walk me through it, Roy, when you realised there was a problem, when this coronavirus really made itself known to your business.
Well, just going back slightly before that, Regan, I remember in 2019 for us was a little bit of a trying year. We had our transformer blow up for 5 months.
Yes.
So from August until December, we were basically closed to the tunnel, and other things were open. So that gave us a bit of a knock into 2019. And then when we got to 2020, we were cooking with gas. We were flying. January and February were really good months. March was an okay month. And then the 20th of March, it said, okay, you're closing down.
Right.
And at that point, I realized, we were really in for a bit of a random and strange kind of time. So, things, we were locked down from the 22nd, and we haven't really been open properly since.
So the whole of spring, the whole of summer, with none of your facility open, not even any part of it you could use.
No, I mean we had a range of challenges with each thing. Unfortunately, if we were 12 individual elements, we would have been smiling because the government would have given us a bunch of money for each of them. Because we were slightly oversized, we ended up with no money for any of them. So we've been fighting the government. I think we've had. If you were a small organisation, a pub or a soft play area, you would have got between 15 and 25,000 pound grant. We for all of our facilities got 10,000 after fighting for it for 3 months. So but these challenges make us stronger. We're skydivers. We're not sitting around doing nothing. We're going to go and fix the world, right? It's given us a massive challenge to actually try and understand where the world's going and how we can see ourselves fitting into that.
To know more from Roy, just check out our Air Sports Promotion YouTube channel. So when we report about drones on commercial airports, you're probably thinking about crime, danger and stupidity. But not this time. Martin Kantor asked for a special permit from the Poznan Airport in Poland to produce absolutely amazing video flying not only underneath the bellies of the commercial jet aircraft, but also inside the terminal. Wow, just look at this. All right, let's move on to our hero of the week. This is a story of two friends, military pilots serving in the Pacific during the attack on Pearl Harbor, whose fates crossed over the course of the war. Apart from special effects, the film uses a record number of over 30 real combat aircraft from the war period. making the production a picture that is delightful for the lovers of the aviation history. However, producers made several historical mistakes on the aviation background. For example, in the film version of the Pearl Harbor attacks, the planes were equipped with P-40Ks, P-40Ms and P-40Ns, but it was actually P-40s that were used during the real attack. We can also see in the movie E-2 Hawkeye aircraft, which were in the service long after the Second World War. Also, the Stearman biplane crop duster appears in what is meant to be the year 1923, but these special aircraft weren't in use in the US until a year later in 1924, when they first operated as commercial planes for cotton dusting. On the 27th of December 1935, when an eruption of the Mauna Loa volcano on the island of Hawaii, a decision was made to try to divert the lava flow by aerial bombing. The military sent 5 Keystone bombers to fulfill this mission. The 5 airplanes dropped 20 demolition bombs, each containing 355 pounds of TNT. The results of the bombing were declared a success by Thomas A. Jagger, director of the Hawaii Volcano Observatory. On the 26th of December 1975, the Tupolev Tu-144, operated by Aeroflot under civil registration, was the first supersonic transport to enter commercial service when it flew a regularly scheduled route from Moscow Domodedovo Airport to Almaty, Kazakhstan, carrying mail and freight. On the 25th of December 1934, our histories in the south of France, French World War I fighter ace and test pilot Raymond Delmonte flew a Cauldron Rafale aircraft over a 3-kilometer straight course at an average speed of 505.85 kilometers per hour, setting an FAI new world record for speed. The New York Daily News reported that Delmonte won a prize of 300,000 francs, equivalent to 19,000 US dollars. That's it for today, that's it for this week, and that's it for this year. Our emails, our airsportfan.com platform, our website and my Twitter account are still open for you, so don't hesitate to write to us. I want to wish you a great 2021, guys, much better than 2020, and I hope everything will return to normal again soon. We'll just have to hold on for a few more months. I'll see you all back here next year. So stay safe, keep your eyes on the skies. Hang gliders. High altitude. Altitude. Does it with success?